Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Gears 12 here, and I am here today to review a EP that I should have reviewed last year, but at the time I wasn't into YouTube, blah blah blah. But anyway, so, the second part of the story of the Parallax is coming out from Between the Bear and Me, so I decided I'm going to review the EP, and then the next video will be the Parallax 2 review. So, like I said, the Parallax, Hypersleep Dialogues, Between the Bear and Me EP review. So, what this EP provides to you, if you are a Between the Bear and Me fan, is 30 minutes of new music from Between the Bear and Me and a part one of a story they're trying to tell, which it will be completed in the second part of the full-length album, which is coming out soon, the Parallax 2 full sequence. On top of the 30 minutes and the first part of the story they're telling us, it's 30 minutes of what you have come to love of Between the Bear and Me, all compressed within 30 minutes of a small EP. We get 3 songs, and they roughly equal out 10 minutes each. One song's 11 minutes, one song's 10 minutes, one song is 9 minutes. I think that's about it. Yeah, right around those times. But one thing that really made me just like love this EP a lot is because I got really into Colors. Like, that was the album that I really discovered Between the Bear and Me. That was the album that just really gave me this whole sense of what this band is, because I was used to bands before finding Between the Bear and Me. I was used to bands performing, 5 to 6 minutes of metal. Metallica, of course, doing their infamous 7 to 9 minute long tracks they like doing. But for Between the Bear and Me, that was a huge step for me because, like I said before, finding Between the Bear and Me, that's what it was. But Colors gave me the sense of longer tracks than 9 minutes, breaking the 10-minute barrier. Same thing, The Great Misdirect. But this EP, what it did was it brought me back to all those memories of listening to Colors for the very first time and really digging deep down into what this band is. The EP, of course, as we've all known from Between the Bear and Me, gives you a variety of typical metal, death metal, thrash metal, and then it from there it just spans out over the humongous spectrum of what music is. Because there's a lot of moments of we have moments from going from death metal to going straight into progressive rock or more progressive style writing, or we go into a whole different genre completely. And that's what the EP, for music-wise, gives us, is a huge variety of different styles of metal and different styles of music thrown into the mix, and basically just giving us long, complex compositions or pieces. People like to coin that phrase because when you listen to a Between the Bear and Me song, there's a lot going on in one song that it just sounds it just sounds like a huge cluster of songs just being thrown in, because there's so many different varieties that are being put into a one song, like a 9-10 minute plus song, that there's so much going on that it's kind of hard to when a song ends and when a song begins. Basically on this EP, it's very intimate. That you're like, well, what, hey, is the song already started next? Nope, it's still in the same track, because there's a few moments on this track where they actually go back to an earlier section of a song. So let's say at the beginning of the track, half the time they will not visit back a previous section and basically re-enlight that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But on this EP, you get just a whole bunch of stuff basically put in for 30 minutes. I'm really curious to know how long it took them to write this EP, because, like I said before, they're putting out full-length albums. Colors was, I think, a little over an hour. The Great Misdirect was a little bit longer or shorter. I'm not 100% sure. But I want to know how long it took them to write 30 minutes of music, a part one of a story, and put it in, because there's so much stuff going on. And from Colors, Colors was the album that I loved. The Great Misdirect, I really did like it. I did love it, but Colors was the album that I think they have, that's the pedestal. The Parallax EP, Hypersleep Dialogues, I feel like it just gives me so much of what I love from Between the Bear and Me. There's so much guitar work going on, so much melody, so much just heavy riffs. There's so much going on in the guitar level. Same thing with the bass. The drumming from Blake Richardson is still insane. I mean, 30 minutes of him just playing, and there's a bonus thing where if you buy a bonus or special edition of the Hypersleep Dialogues EP, you get Blake Richardson, drummer, performing all 3 tracks in a row while they're being played. He plays the drumming on all 3 tracks in a row. 30 minutes of just complete drumming. That is insane, because like, I couldn't imagine myself sitting down on a drum kit and try to jam along to Between the Bear and Me song, because there's so much complex stuff going on, and that's so obvious on this EP, is because there's so much going on. It's so hard to comprehend at the first listen through. You have to at least listen to this 30-minute EP a good, I'd say 6, 7, maybe 8 times before you actually remember something from a song that's not like a melody or a singing part, like, oh, that's really obvious. But there's so much going on this 30-minute EP that makes you go, wow, like, what just happened? Like, I just got slammed with so much, like, randomness from this band. And that's what the band's known for. The band is known for giving you so much random stuff, so much just random things going on, but you love it, because I love it, and I hope everyone else does, because this EP just brought so much back. And then I've already heard the Parallax 2, and comparing the Parallax 2 to this one, like, this is a great lead-in to what the full-length album, which is going to be released soon. This was a great first part of the story, because on this EP you hear a lot of, like, similarities of color type stuff, some of the Great Misdirect stuff. But this is a good lead-in to what you're going to be hit with for 72 minutes of the Parallax 2 full sequence. This EP leads you in right. It gives you a lead-in to what you're going to be expecting on the full-length album that's coming out soon. So for this EP to do what it does in 30 minutes is astonishing. It blows my mind that within 30 minutes, it doesn't even feel like 30 minutes. It feels like a whole entire album. Excuse me. That's stupid. But for me to listen to the album and thinking it's longer than 30 minutes, and it's actually barely 30 minutes as it is, blows my mind of how much stuff they can throw into the EP and how much they can actually put into this album. It's just astonishing, because I've heard EPs before from other bands, but nothing with this much complex stuff into it. So it was kind of a new thing for Between the Bear and Me to put out an EP and then release the second part of a story, or, you know, then a full-length album. Like, I don't think they've done an EP before, but it's a good thing, because if this was a full-length first part of the album, I don't think it would have made much sense to do 2 full lengths for a story. But the first part of the story is the EP. The second part is, of course, the Parallax 2, which is a full-length album. But this EP just gave me so much, and gave me a variety of what this band is capable of, and what they're still capable of, and what they're still able to put out after they've released Colors and Great Misdirect and Alaska, all those great albums. It's just amazing to me how much more this band can offer us. And this EP reminds me of why I love the band, and it shows me that they're not running out of ideas, and it shows me that the band is still capable of putting out more amazing quality stuff, and able to add more variety and more layers of stuff on top of what's going on in the song. So that's the review, guys. I know I just kind of rambled on and said stuff, but it basically just, the EP just gives you what you really want from a Between the Bear and Me release. So that's what it is, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon with the Parallax 2 full sequence review.